Hi, David Dodge here for Green Energy Futures. Even oil-obsessed Alberta is looking into the idea of energy storage. New ways of storing energy could help electric cars go further. It could help us put more solar and wind energy on the grid. It could also help your cell phone last longer on a single charge. Today, we're going to go to Calgary, Alberta to an Alberta Innovates Symposium on energy storage. Alberta Innovates invited companies from all across Canada to come and show off their energy storage technologies. Mark Summers was the man who helped organize the event.
Well, we think that energy storage is of strategic importance to the province of Alberta, particularly for integration of intermittent renewable electricity. So we have quite vast renewable resource potential in the area of wind energy and solar energy, but the problem, of course, is that the wind isn't always blowing, the sun isn't always shining, and when electricity is needed, it needs to be available to be used.
While we were there at the Energy Storage Symposium, we caught up with Cam Carver from Temporal Power, the flywheel company that we have profiled before on Green Energy Futures. But one of the most intriguing methods of storing energy discussed at this event in Calgary was called power to gas. Rob Harvey of Hydrogenics explains.
Power to gas uses electrolysis. And if you remember your high school chemistry, David, an electrolyzer takes electricity and splits water into its constituent parts in hydrogen and oxygen. And it's the hydrogen that we use to store energy. And that hydrogen could be used in a number of different ways. It can be used to fuel as clean fuel for fuel cell electric vehicles. It can be used for a hydrogen in refining processes for producing gasoline and diesel fuel. And it could also be used by injecting it into the natural gas grid to have long-term gigawatt-hour storage using the existing characteristics and infrastructure of the natural gas system.
Hydrogenics does it via electrolysis, a process where you can take electricity and split water into both oxygen and hydrogen. Enbridge has invested $5 million into Hydrogenics, and they're working on developing a project in Ontario right now. They have 8 pilot projects all over the world, with the biggest one being a 2-megawatt project in Germany. Harvey and Hydrogenics have big plans.
The potential for power to gas in North America, just for the direct injection, could be in the order of anywhere from 1,000 to 3,000 megawatts.
Even though natural gas pipelines can only have 3 to 10% of their mix as hydrogen, that's still an incredible amount of energy storage. We also caught up with Wei-Zheng Chen, a University of Alberta materials science engineering professor who's building a better battery with a company called Advent Solutions.
There are 3 benefits. First of all, it has much more energy density than the current lithium-ion batteries. For example, we targeted to achieve 4 times of more energy density than the current lithium-ion batteries. Second, it has a much larger cycle life. As compared with the lithium-ion batteries, we could achieve over 10,000 cycles, and current lithium-ion batteries can only have 500 to 1,000 cycles. And also we targeted to reduce the cost of the batteries.
Chen is doing this with carbon nanotubes and a fluoride electrolyte. If all goes well, his battery will store 4 times more energy than lithium-ion batteries.
Our technology is targeted for 3 key markets. First is the consumer electronics. We could make the cell phones running more days after charge. And second one would be the batteries for EV cars. We could make the EV cars running much longer and for example, to a distance comparable to the cars fueled by gasoline. Thirdly, the energy storage for renewable energies, which is a fast-growing industry, and our technology could make the energy storage device cheaper and more affordable.
Imagine a cell phone that you could charge once a week, or an electric car that has a range of 500 kilometers. Or imagine that most of our electricity comes from wind and solar. A better battery could revolutionize consumer electronics, electric cars, and our electricity grid. And while they're still about 5 years away from commercialization, it's the work of people like Chen that will make large-scale energy storage cheaper and more accessible. Alberta Innovates Energy Storage Symposium was a great place to take a peek into our green energy future. To learn more, check out our blog, photos, and podcast at greenenergyfutures.ca. If you'd like to share your ideas with us, how about heading down to our Facebook page, sending us a tweet or an email? You can find all that information at greenenergyfutures.ca. Thank you for watching. For Green Energy Futures, I'm David Dodge.